So we're going to hop into links, but before I do that, I want to kind of go back and talk about div again for a minute. I brought it up in my format video, and hopefully you watched it. If you did not, I suggest you go back and watch it. But divs are one of the most essential tags in HTML. It is what you use to group blocks of code. So say like you have this menu here. This is going to be the menu for your page. So let me change this. I'm going to pin it to home. That's misspelled. Let's say home, contact. We'll do about, and we'll do, I don't know. Let's call it products. So you're selling stuff. So we save that, and this is like our links to on our page. So instead of just having this list just kind of hanging out with all the other text, well, a lot of times what you'll do is you'll actually put this into a div. Let's cut this out, and we'll paste it right into our div, and you would have, you know, some CSS on it or something. So you'd have like class and nav, and that would kind of differentiate from other divs. This is kind of a section of our, list section. So we put this inside of a div. And not only does it keep our code neat, but it also keeps it grouped together. So it says you wanted to put CSS on it, that kind of stuff. You could easily do that. And I'm put a close tag there, so I kind of screwed things up a little bit here. So there's div, open, close. And there's a close, and this one's for the beginning. So it really plays to pay attention to what you're doing and keep it nice and neat. So this is proper because this is indented like that. So yeah, don't be shy using divs. Obviously, you don't want to go crazy, but yeah, if you have a section or a block of code and you want to separate it from another group of code, then you definitely want to use your divs. Another way to group off code, but if you want to do it inside of a inline elements, so say in a paragraph, let's go down here and we'll make a paragraph, and we had a bunch of text. So I'm going to go to lorem text. So here is some lorem hipster text, ipsum. So it's just like lorem ipsum, but it's just gibberish. It doesn't actually mean anything, but it looks like a real sentence. So say you wanted to group a section of this and have it different from everybody else. So what you could do is you could put it inside a span. So you do span there, and since it closed it, we're gonna move that end tag there. We'll move it over here, and we have that span there. So now this is kind of grouped together separately. So what we could do is we could do .class, but we'll do style equals quotes, and we do color red. And this would be the proper way of separating a part of a paragraph or part of a header, or whatever it may be, to separate it and put, styling on it or anything like that. You would use span. All right. So the other thing I wanted to talk about in this lesson is going to be links. Now, we briefly did a link to Google. What you want to have is an anchor tag, and you put a link on a anchor tag. So let's say we had an anchor tag, and we have the hypertext reference, and remember we want it because we want it on a different server, not our local server. And we'll just do Google again, and we close the tag. So that's going to be, and then we have text inside of it. So I'll actually type it out, link to Google. And I want to have a break here because I want to have some more space. All right, so this is our link to Google. I click it, and it opens up Google. So a lot of times when you have this website, you notice how it actually shows up on our same tab that we're using, which a lot of times you don't want that to happen. So what you would do is you would actually make a target and you would set it to underscore blank. Now, instead of going to our own page, it'll actually open up in a new tab. There's also underscore self, which actually is the default, and it'll open up to the same place. So if I open that, and that is the default, which you don't really want to use. Well, you can for some pages, I guess. There's also parent. Parent opens a link page if in a parent frame. So say you're inside of an iframe, you can use parent. There's also top. Top will open up the link in full width of the window, which will look pretty much the same as if I showed you. So if I typed in top, you won't actually see any difference. It's because it's already full screen, and for the most part, you won't be using top, self, or parent, but be aware that they do exist. Now, the other thing you would commonly use is links to files which you might use on a website. So let's say I wanted to link this MP3 file. I put it in the folder right here. So we got this. Actually, it's a really long name, so I'm going to just say it's mp3.mp3. So href equals quotes, and we'll do mp3.mp3, which was already there, so I just hit tab and close that tag, and then we'll say click here to download mp3. Now mp3s are kind of weird because it'll just automatically play, so I'm going to save that, and we'll see that here in the download. So the weird, if you're, familiar using web pages, you can save link as, and it'll automatically save that as MP3. But MP3s automatically start playing, and you can hear it. So that would be using MP3s. Now you can do the same with the target, and that will actually be obviously the better way to do it. You could also have images on your links. Say you had a link to another page, but you wanted it to be a image. You could do a href, then http, and we're going to Google again just because it's easy.com, and we'll do target equals underscore blank. I'm going to close this because it is kind of in the way, and we'll close this a tag. So inside of here, instead of just having your regular text, what we'll do is we'll put an image right inside. So we'll say image and src source. And since this image is right in there, so we can just say Anjali dot, let's see what kind of file it is. I think it's a JPEG. So Anjali.jpg. And that will actually put our picture inside. You save it, we'll see our big image here. And click it, and it opens up Google. So, and then of course you would put like size on it. So you would do height equals 200. So let's go back to this, and you see this is a lot better. So that is going to be our link to Google there through a image. So that's most of it. There's also one more I want to go over. There is, let's put a break, email tag. So now if you wanted to say email me, you would do the same, anchor tag, href equals quotes. And you would say mail to, one word, no space, colon. And then you would do whatever email. So let's say hello@codelogy.com. In quote, and then you would do click here to email us, or you can just have contact us, email us, whatever, doesn't matter. Say you click it, and it'll open up your email. I don't have an email account set up, but it'll open up an email saying hello, to hello@Codelogy, or whatever email that you set it to. So that is enough for this lesson. Next, we're gonna do some fonts and some other fun stuff.